It's time for an NSAJ Top 10 list. What's up, everybody? Not So Average Joe here. You know, there's been a lot of talk about censorship things like SOPA and PIPA, and it's come to my attention that censorship can be pretty stupid. So, in honor of stupid censorship, I present to you the top 10 stupidly censored games. This list is of games that were either banned for a silly reason or games that were just plain badly censored in some way. So, enjoy my list of top 10 stupidly censored games. Number 10. Witcher 2 is a fantastic game for PC. There's so much to do, like killing people, assassinating people, and killing things. It's so awesome! Anyway, Australia didn't get to experience this game for a while. Do you know why? Well, because there's a certain side quest where you can have sex with some hooker elf lady thing as a reward for helping her. So instead of changing this incy-wincy little side quest, do you know what they did? Yep, the entire game got banned. The reason it's highest on the list, however, is because they did change the side quest later on, so the sex option as a reward wasn't there. I also love how they ignore other sex scenes in the game, but the only one where it's offered as a reward, they banned the entire game. You barely even see anything. Was it really all that bad? But anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself, so let's just move on to number 9. Okay, Germany. I know we've had our problems in the past. I know you've had your problems in the past, but do you really need to ban an entire game for one thing that's happened in our past? The Darkness was banned in Germany because there were Nazi signs in it. Here's the real kicker. Was it in the main story? No. It was in a bonus comic. So what did they do? Yep, they banned the entire game instead of just at least censoring the comic. Now, I don't know if this is just me, but to me, the past is the past. We don't need to censor everything that's happened to us in the past. If we did that, we would be censoring things like war games for references to World War I or World War II, or censoring everything that has an explosive device in it or that blows up a building. We should just be able to move on with ourselves and focus on the future. So that being said, we still have stupid shit to see in our future, so let's move on to No More Heroes. This game is known for conspicuous amounts of blood, and for great boss battles. And for conspicuous amounts of blood.
Fuckhead!
Anyway, unfortunately, Europe didn't get any blood. At all. Now, how do you censor so much bloodshed in a game? Well, you could just take it out, right? You know, instead of having blood spurt out of every head that was cut off, you could just, take that out, right? Nope. They replaced the blood with something else. You want to know what? Ash. Yup. They replaced the blood with ash. What are they, vampires? It's so ridiculous, it's hilarious. And actually, the reason it's so high on the list is because it's believed that Suda51 actually made the censorship like this on purpose, to make fun of how ridiculous censorship can be. So with that being said, we still have a ridiculous amount of ridiculousness stuff to go through. Anyway, number 7. Okay, personally, I don't really agree with the censorship of games that much. But if there was a reason to censor a game, it would definitely be for gruesome violence. The God of War series is known for gruesome violence, but in Saudi Arabia, violence wasn't a reason it got banned. While part of the reason was because there were interactive sex scenes, the main reason it got banned was because God was in the title. Are you f***ing serious? Nothing annoys me more than something getting censored for religious reasons. You see religious references in movies, magazines, books, in everyday life, but God forbid there's a religious reference in a game. No offense. But really, people bitch about it all the time. It's just a game. Plus, if you really want to get technical about it, God of War is about Greek mythology, so it's not even about today's religion. I have nothing against what religion people believe in, but if you make a big deal over a game, which is created to escape from reality, then it's just plain stupid. Number 6. Straight from one religious censor to another. Final Fantasy IV was censored because it featured religious references such as holy and prayer. Oh, and apparently it was too violent, I guess, too, because any mention of the word death is gone, even though there was clearly death throughout the entire game. Now, clearly, this was censored during the early versions of the game, back in 19, whenever the hell it was. It was considered very offensive religiously. It's ridiculous. Rose's holy command is changed to white, and the pray command is gone as well. Also, any reference to prayer is gone. What are we so afraid of? It's called Final Fantasy for a reason. Are we really so afraid that people will have controversy over religion that we just have to censor everything that has to do with it? It's just a game. Games are made so you can escape from reality. Games are not real. Therefore, everything in the game is fake. If games have religion in it, so what? It's not real, therefore we should leave it alone. Now, if I see another game banned for religious reasons, I am going to explode. Number 5. Okay, I know it's kinda cheating to put something that isn't a video game on this list, but this is my list. Plus, I can't ignore this one. In Saudi Arabia, the Pokemon series has been banned. Not the video game Pokemon, no. Those games are selling well over there. No. Saudi Arabia censored the Pokemon trading card game. Why? Because it promoted gambling. So, let me get this straight. They banned the cards for gambling, but not the games? Which actually has gambling in it, by the way! What the hell is wrong with our world? The only reason I can see the cards getting banned is because, well, because they're cards. They have nothing to do with gambling. Did they even check the games? Because it amazes me how they ban something that has nothing to do with gambling, but they keep the games that actually have something related to gambling in it. The world is weird, I guess. Moving on. Number 4. Warning! These two games are extremely violent throughout. If you have a weak stomach, please do not watch this. Mario Party 8?! Mind Quiz? What the f***? Yes, in the UK, these two games got banned for the use of the word spastic. What? So I looked into this, and I found out that the UK finds this word very offensive because it means disabled. But, do you really need to recall the entire game? Why not censor the word instead? It amazes me how one tiny thing that can easily be replaced is the cause of so many games getting banned. Oh, by the way, the game wasn't banned, it was just recalled, but you know what I mean. And to be fair, some of the versions did have a different word other than spastic in it, but still, come on. Is spastic really that offensive enough where you need to ban the entire game? I actually know someone from the UK, and when I told him about this, he literally laughed his ass off. So is it really that bad? Jeez. The censorship can't really get much worse, right? Oh, it does. Number 3. Manhunt 2. Manhunt 2 has gotten the most controversy for violence more than any game I've ever seen. It is one of the very few games that have gotten the dreaded AO rating, and it's awesome. Only on PC, that is, because if you got the Wii version or the PS2 version, you got Okay, to be fair, the game is still very fun and playable for Wii and PlayStation, but it has one major problem. The censorship. Now, I love Rockstar games. They're the king of sandbox games, and every game that they make is great in my opinion, but they really got lazy with the censorship. They had to make the rating on Manhunt 2 go down to an M rating, so to do that, do you know what they did? They put a f***ing filter over every f***ing execution there was. Not only is this lazy, but it really affects the gameplay visual. Look at this! Can you even see what's going on? They mask every single execution with this crazy filter. This would be excusable to say if there were only a few executions in the game. But the entire game is all about executing people. It really takes away from the gameplay when every kill looks like an LSD trip. Imagine if in games like God of War or Assassin's Creed, you got a crazy filter during kills and executions. Yeah, it's not that pretty, is it? Now, a lesson about the rating system. You can usually just censor a few parts of games where things get really gruesome and bump the rating down. Especially if it's an AO rated game or it's an M rating and you need to put it down to a T if you prefer. So for example, instead of the crowbar taking off the guy's face, leave it connected, remove some of the blood from some parts, and maybe if that wasn't enough, take out the environmental kills because those were the most gruesome. Anything but that crazy filter. God, I feel like the makers of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties were hired to censor the game. And I can understand not wanting to go back and reprogram everything, but come on, it's for the players. They deserve not to have seizures from watching these executions. Number 2. EA Sports MMA. It's an okay game. It's not too violent where there's blood shooting out anything you touch. It's pretty much your normal wrestling/martial arts sporting game. However, this game is banned only in Denmark. Why? Because it does something so bad, so evil, and so slick that the censors overlooked this dastardly part of the game. Marketing energy drinks in-game. That's right, the marketing of energy drinks in-game is a central part of this whole entire game. Literally. But why is this so bad? Well, as it turns out, the marketing of energy drinks is illegal in Denmark. Yes, there's an actual law solely to prevent marketing energy drinks. Why? Well, to put it in simple terms, I have no freaking clue. I researched it, and basically what I got out of it was people in Denmark were drinking too much energy drinks, I guess. But nonetheless, is it really necessary to ban the whole game for this? Why not just take it out? Or better yet, whenever there's an energy drink being shown in-game, put a crazy filter around the whole game. Okay, I'll stop picking on Manhunt, but you know what I mean. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to... So, have you ever been in a situation where you're in class and someone does something to piss the teacher off and then she punishes the whole class? Well, that's exactly what happened to the Grand Theft Auto series. An 18-year-old boy played Grand Theft Auto in an arcade one day and later killed a taxi driver in the same fashion as the game. A clear sign that he needs severe help. But anyway, this one kid single-handedly caused so much controversy in Thailand that the entire Grand Theft Auto series got banned there. Why? One kid was stupid enough to try things out from this game and everyone in Thailand gets punished for it? Why are we so quick to blame video games for everything? Why not blame, I don't know, his parents for not looking out for him? Why not blame his own self because he chose to do something that's stupid? Why does it always have to go back to video games? It's just a game. It's his own fault. He chose to do it. If video games were the cause of everything, everyone in the world would be killing each other, shooting, robbing banks, the whole 9 yards. But it's not. Okay, there's always going to be some people that take things out of proportion, but is it really necessary to blame video games for it? Why do we do it? Because it's easy. That's what censorship is these days. It's just easy. And it's laziness. I'm okay with censoring things if it is reasonable and it's legitimate, but things like SOPA and PIPA, that doesn't help. It just helps the greedy people with the government. Censoring things is just ridiculous sometimes. I've been your host, Not So Average Joe, and this has been the top 10 list of